Hey all you sketchy people, welcome back to my channel. Jack here, and in today's video we're going to be cruising around looking at some Portland graffiti. Whether you love it, you don't love it, I'm going to show it. So without further ado, let's get sketchy. Thanks so much for watching this video. Coming back, this is the third installment of Portland Graffiti, and we'll go drive around, take a look at graffiti tags, street art, and the like. And I've been seeing these on Northeast Lombard, the Highway 30 bypass, for quite a while and wanted to feature them in this video. And I made my way down 82nd Avenue, got a piece here. And, you know, one thing that I definitely want to show is the kind of ebb and flow of graffiti and then the cover up or buffing out of graffiti. So when you see these large kind of off-color swatches, they are buffing out the graffiti. And it's really the only way to kind of, you know, thwart it, you know, and the people got to stay on top of it. Otherwise, it'll just come back. I actually took a wrong turn and accidentally found all of these pieces down by the hospital off of I-84. And you can't even see these from the freeway or from the max tracks. They're really hidden, and it was kind of a fun surprise to see all this color in the trees. I've talked about murals and graffiti in my past videos, and this mural right here, you know, we don't know if these graffiti elements are part of the original intent of the mural or if they were added on afterwards, you know, defacing the mural. So it's tough to say, you know, what is commissioned and what is graffiti. This is a commissioned mural right here. Artist Kango, They Drift, amongst others, did this piece for 50 years of hip-hop, but a lot of people might drive around and not understand the context of this and see a lot of elements like this right here, and they might think, oh, this is illegal graffiti. All eyes on me. I think some people might see this style of artwork and associate it with being illegal and being where it's not supposed to be, and that's unfortunate. But this is some beautiful artwork right here. UNITY. There we go. My new life on the rails passing me by. Maybe my name would be Boxcar Jack or something like that. Anywho, I used to work in this neighborhood, and I knew of the graffiti under this overpass, but I didn't know there was a skate park down here, so it was really a fun surprise to get all this artwork in and to see a couple trains roll by, so that was fun. And is this commissioned art, or is this actually graffiti? I don't know. And here's a look at some more stuff up here. Some good freeway energy. I love all these overpasses, kind of like interstate spaghetti. This is on Northwest 23rd, and I don't like it when people tag on murals, but what's really interesting is that somebody took blue spray paint and spray painted over case. Okay, so it's even more distracting and more harmful to the mural itself. So it's a really interesting headspace to get into of, what are you actually trying to convey right there, and what is the outcome?
It's an infamous graffiti tag that can be spotted across Portland. Rango. From signs to industrial areas to bridges, Rango is hard to miss. Court documents say the damage totals thousands of dollars.
Graffiti isn't just a paint on a wall. It's not art. It is vandalism, and it impacts neighborhoods and neighborhood pride.
But some disagree. Supporters of Rango on social media call it a family tradition to spot his tags. Others say anyone but Rango, calling him an icon. In 2025, officers arrested taggers known as Bambi and Geimer and identified another, Monk 6.
So I think it's safe to say that other crimes aren't being neglected. We're just going after graffiti when we have time to do so.
Let me know what you thought of that report. I thought it had some interesting takes, but I know one thing is for certain: graffiti will always find its way out and about in the city. Speaking of out and about and artwork, here is a look of the art that I created as a collaboration with the Portland Trailblazers and Peabot to wrap some utility boxes all around town. I drew, literally, inspiration from North Portland, and Paul Bunyan here in Kenton adorns one side of my box design, and the amazing St. John's Bridge is on the other. And I was one of 6 artists to take part in this neighborhood art project. So as you get around town, look in the other neighborhoods and keep an eye out for these boxes. They got a lot of different designs and a lot of really cool energy. And thanks to the Portland Trailblazers, being a lifelong Blazer fan, this was a lot of fun in Rip City. When I was designing this art, I knew it would be installed in the city and public facing. I also knew that it wasn't if, but when my art would be tagged, defaced, etc. As I was driving by this box, I saw some writing, and as I got closer, I could read, "Fuck MOTA, housing is a right." And I'm not mad at all that someone wrote on my art. I knew this was going to happen. And I agree, Portland needs housing help, and the way MOTA Center updates are being handled right now are a catastrophe. Luckily, my art was printed vinyl of a digitally drawn cartoon piece, so for art's sake, it's not nearly as precious as, say, a painted mural. When someone creates visual communication, it's a transfer of their energy. Be it legally or illegally, a part of one's soul has been applied to a surface, and whatever that composition is, it's that creator looking back at you. Speaking of energy and the power of public art, I want to end this video to talk about murals, specifically one in Texas. This is a news piece out of Dallas reporting about the arrival of FIFA World Cup. FIFA painted over this protected whale mural, and here's a snippet of that report.
New developments to share with you tonight. We've got a legal battle that's brewing over the mural that we've talked about, one that has brought controversy now to more than a few people. They're angry across Dallas in some cases. The artist behind this iconic Whale Wall, which is what it used to be, is taking action after his landmark mural was recently painted over in favor of a World Cup painting. As our Amelia Magabro reports tonight, he says this is way more about just one mural. It's about protecting artists everywhere.
I mean, it's not right on any level.
For decades, the Whale Wall was a downtown Dallas landmark. The artist behind it, known as WYLAND, painted it all for free back in 1999 as part of his global series focused on ocean conservation.
We get a text from a guy that says, hey, they're painting over your mural in Dallas. I go, what do you mean? They painted over history, and we'll never get it back.
Now WYLAND is threatening legal action, sending a cease and desist letter to the city of Dallas, the building owner, and the FIFA World Cup Organizing Committee, the group behind the blue paint. In a statement last week, the committee says it wanted to create a new mural with the Dallas artist that, quote, reflects the energy, unity, and global spirit surrounding the World Cup. But Dallasites we spoke to are unified against it.
And I think, it's a tragedy that it was painted over.
We didn't have any input on this. It just kind of started happening.
Downtown Dallas Inc. confirmed it had initiated the conversation with FIFA to use the wall, but claims it did not commission, fund, or manage the project. The building owner says they were told WYLAND had been notified back in March. WYLAND says he was never contacted.
They did everything wrong. They didn't give any notice. They didn't call me. They lied.
Let's unpack some of that report. This mural by WYLAND was federally protected by VERA, the Visual Artists' Rights Act, and I hope WYLAND is successful in his case. I'm a production designer and I work a lot on large installations just like this. What really baffles me is why FIFA went so permanent with paint, destroying a mural for a temporary event. Even if FIFA got approval, which they didn't, maybe pause and think about what you're doing. Painting over a mural forever erases it. Sure, hire an artist to create a piece for the event. I'm all for that. But have that piece either printed or painted on a banner or some other non-damaging installation and put that over the whales. Or find a blank building elsewhere in town and get permission to paint there. This really hits home literally because WYLAND had an impact on me as a young artist when he painted a whale mural in my hometown of Newport, Oregon, which is still there on the bayfront. My other hometown of Portland, Oregon had a WYLAND mural of orcas, but unfortunately that building was demolished. I really wish there was a way they could have preserved this amazing piece. Austin, Texas gets it with preserving the "Hi, how are you" piece. This whole building was demoed and they saved this piece. Granted, it's a much smaller scale, but come on, there's plenty of architectural preservation methods that can save public art. And if you have some time, check out my Austin video. Public art in any form has been and will be a part of humanity as long as we're on this planet. The only constant is change, for better or for worse, and it's up to us to preserve, create, and share as one sees fit. I really thank you for watching this until the end. Comment down below, and FIFA, I got a message for you.
Hurry up, okay?